Welcome back to Friday Live on Mostly Superheroes, the podcast, indie podcast here in St. Louis, Missouri. We are doing it every Friday. We have committed to doing it every Friday, at least 99% of Fridays this year in 2026. Today is Friday, March 20th, 2026, and we're doing it live. Yeah, this is it. I'm Logan Janis. We got Arena Andy with a dial in that you're going to hear from today with some updates on sports. It's March Madness right now. It's crazy times, and it's Friday, March 20th. In headlines today, we have lost the legendary Chuck Norris. Seems impossible. I think that's what everybody's been saying and feeling, and that's what I felt this morning. It just seems like one of those, a lot like Catherine O'Hara, who we just lost recently. And it's just one of those that you just think they're timeless, they're eternal. Some of these celebrities, and the R.I.P. to Chuck Norris, and thoughts and positive vibes to your family who put out a statement that said, they're keeping the details of this private, but they wanted everyone to know that he was surrounded by his family. So I think that's always something we can all wish for. And along with a couple headlines jumping us off, we're also going to talk about movies. We have some prizes up for grabs, a little bit of news and rumors. And I mean, really, TV. Their TV is really great right now. So we're going to tell you about some TV shows. And then you never know what's going to be in store on Friday Live, because we do it every week. So with that, let's have a great show. I'm your host, Logan Janis, and we'll be watching for you in the comments. We are live on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Twitch, all at the same time. Wherever you're watching, let us know where you're watching from. And we want to always start off our show with some fun stuff, some fans, because without our fans and our patrons, we could not run an independent channel and movie club and podcast like we do. So let's start off with you folks that help us out by giving you some free stuff. Fan mail. We do have the weekly contest, totally free. Only if you're tuning into this show, you know about this. We don't tell this to anybody else, and it's only you that tune into Friday Live. Whether it's the podcast or the live show, there's a free contest. It doesn't matter where you live. If you find the Friday Live page on Mostly Superheroes, which is always toward the top on the website at mostlysuperheroes.com, look for Friday Live, go to that page, and at the very top of the page, we're not making you look too hard for it, there's a form, and you put in your name, your email, you're entered. And this is a way that we give back to the folks that tune into this show and look for their little update before they go into the weekend, and maybe you win a little something. Again, doesn't matter if you're local here in St. Louis or worldwide. We'll try to send you to the movies. We work with Alamo Drafthouse Cinema here in St. Louis, hosting our screen and socials there. Mark Bluestein and John Mayer were just on our show giving us the exclusive news about their new movie club, the April titles that are coming out, I should say, in this coming April. Ahead of the movies even being listed on the Alamo app or website, you can get a sneak peek of what's coming to the theater, not just the new releases, but the repertory old titles. And March has been so fun. We've been giving away movie tickets all month long. I want to say congratulations to some folks, Aaron, Genevieve, and we also had Jasmine. Congratulations on winning some tickets to, what were some movies we've been giving away? We just did Zodiac. That was last night. Winners got to go to that. Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. We have Twin Peaks, The Return, the final episodes. And there is a Lord of the Rings trilogy marathon on March 27th. So we're excited about that. And we have more tickets up for grabs because Beetlejuice is in the theater this Sunday, March 22nd. And we want to send you there. So the contest is up on our socials at Mostly Superheroes. You can see, if you see anything Beetlejuice there, it's not too late to comment. Couple days till this movie, 1988, the original film, comes back to the big screen. And we're sending 2 people there. Not too late to grab those. If you're here live and you're local, get in the comments. I'll give them to you right now. But if not, go enter. And the following Sunday, March 29th. That's the Lord of the Rings extended cut marathon. Very limited seating, but it's an all-day affair. All 3 movies, the extended cut, and we will be there in the lobby, screen and socialing. Just come out in between the movies when you're taking breaks, maybe during the credits and whatnot. Come out and see us, and get some more refreshments, use the restroom, buy a comic book, tell us your movie review of the Lord of the Rings films in between. It's going to be an epic day down in Alamo Drafthouse. And yes, congratulations to, we mentioned Jasmine. She's going to Beetlejuice the Musical, April 24th through the 26th. We won't tell you when she's going. She's got tickets to one of those nights. And the Fabulous Fox hosts Beetlejuice the Musical this April 24th through 26th in St. Louis. Congratulations, Jasmine, and the rest of the winners that we've sent along the way the last few months. And we still have tickets left, but congrats so far to all of you. We are still working with Brad and STL on Foodies Eat First Fest. That's May 1st and 2nd. Tickets are on sale now. Early bird pricing. They have general admission tickets and all you can eat and drink VIP available at foodieseatfirstfest.com. A lot more to come, but at minimum, expect awesome appearances from chefs, restaurants, creators, and yours truly with our crew will be there, mostly superheroes. Team Jakey will be represented with our exclusive podcast booth and nerd experience. It's coming back to Foodies Eat First. You're there, you're trying food, you want to get on a podcast right then on the spot and talk about the food. That's going to be us. We're always going to shout you out when we see you in the comments. Funko Pop Portraits is back. Good afternoon to you. Check them out. And then we do have tickets still to show this Sunday. Okay, we're not done with the prizes. One Night of Queen, Gary Mullen in the works. Our friend Gary Mullen bringing Freddie Mercury to life March 22nd at the Factory in Chesterfield here in the St. Louis area. We still have 2 tickets. 2 tickets up for grabs. Totally free. This is an amazing experience that Scotty Scoop says is a must see. This year, you will see Arena Andy there along with some of the Mostly crew, but we want to send 2 people here locally or not. This is in 2 days. This is Friday Live. This is in 2 days. One Night of Queen. All right, that's our fan mail. We have contests all the time, and I know sometimes it's like, dang, I missed the contest that I wanted. I gave away tickets to something that you wanted. There's more. And Danny Patron, we're going to talk about the episode he was on just this week, but he said it best, is if you're not tuning into the show, you're at least missing out on prizes. So don't forget that we just have a lot of free stuff at mostlysuperheroes.com/contests.
News and rumors.
Talked about a little bit of news in the beginning of the episode with the passing of Chuck Norris, RIP. The war in Iran continues. I think it's in its 4th week now. And what else? The Golden Globes did happen this week with Sinners, one battle after another, K-pop Demon Hunters, and more just shining and a big night of a bunch of celebrities giving long speeches, but a good look at what happened in the movies in 2025. I personally listened to 1A on St. Louis Public Radio, NPR, to get my scoop on the Golden Globes. I'm saying the Golden Globes, right? The Oscars. The Golden Globes are, what's the difference? Oscars are movies. Oscars versus Golden Globes. So it was the Oscars. The Golden Globes and the Oscars differ primarily in voting body scope and prestige. The Oscars, this is coming from Google, the Academy Awards are industry voted by nearly 10,000 film professionals focusing solely on film and carrying higher prestige. The Golden Globes are voted on by 300 international journalists covering both film and TV. So that's the big difference. And go check that out at 1A. They had a great coverage of the Oscars this week. And we also want to shout out, I think I'm wearing his shirt, actually. Yeah. Pizza Babble. Andy Taylor got my shirt finally, my Pizza Babble shirt. Support your local pizza places. He's at Pizza Expo in Vegas this week. maybe right this second. He was packing his bags yesterday, and it's a few nights in Vegas, Pizza Expo. Follow Pizza Babble to get the latest on pizza. I mean, this is an international expo. People come from all over, and they have some fun pizza displays. All of the big distributors and chains go there. Pizza Babble and other influencers and media and journalists will be there. Um, Follow Pizza Babble and Mostly Superheroes to find out more. And we've got some fun collaborations with wrestling and pizza and some travel coming up here. If you're interested in travel in St. Louis or the Midwest, Kansas City, Chicago, we've got some really fun stuff in the works with Pizza Babble. And I am the executive director of the Team Jakey Foundation, helping out the Zeller family and the board of teamjakey.org. And we just had that mental health booth hosted by us at an event that was hosted by 3 Run 4 with Jay Pippy at Four Hands Brewery downtown. And it was just an awesome, awesome event. And we got to talk to a lot of people about their mental health struggles. And this is the thing that we always learn is so many people are affected by suicide and mental health, whether it's someone in their family, it's them personally. And it was just so great to give people some resources that they didn't know about, that you think people know about, that you just take for granted. 988, that 24/7 free hotline with clinicians, certified therapists on the other end. And they don't know that you can call or text that. If you hit your lowest low, 988 is there for you. And you can learn more about those resources in our next Team Jakey event, which is going to be at Four Hands again. It's going to be Thursday, May 21st at Four Hands downtown. That's the Taps for Team Jakey. Expect live music, community fun raffles, mental health resources, always. And that is May 21st. And you'll never hear me not talking about our annual Team Jakey Fest featuring mental health resources, community fun, live music from Samba Bomb, Steve Ewing Band, and Trilogy. This is Saturday, September 19th in Florissant, Missouri at the Knights of Columbus. It's a big outdoor event from about 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. It's an all-day, all-you-can-eat and drink affair where we fundraise, but we just have community fun. And over 400 people came through last year. We're expecting a lot more in 2026. Learn more at teamjakey.org. And we announced it, I think, last week, but I'll say it officially again. We are the charity on tap at Alamo Drafthouse, being Team Jakey. If you drink a Citywide by Four Hands, the philanthropic brew here in St. Louis, you can, a portion of your beer profits go to Team Jakey. That's from April to June. We're the Q2 charity on tap at Alamo. Learn more about that and get the free monthly newsletter at mostlysuperheroes.com. It's on the homepage. It's once a month. It's totally free. Look back at the last month, hear from the host, hear about what's coming next month. We will not bombard your inbox, mainly because we can't afford the amount of emails we need to send, because we're still raising money too. So if you're signing up for the newsletter, maybe become a patron. There's a lot of options at mostlysuperheroes.com.
What you watching?
All right, this is going to be a really fun segment because there's a lot of TV and film happening right now. And you're going to hear from Andy with some updates, Arena Andy. And we are going to go ahead and highlight The Pit. It's Friday. I've said every week, I don't know how many episodes there are, but they're on hour 10 or 11. It's 5 or 6 p.m. this week, and they just keep turning it up. It's getting better and better. And this week dealt directly with ICE. ICE enters the story of The Pit, literally enters The Pit, and how that plays out, I'll let you go decide for yourself. This show is going to hopefully last a long time, and it's going to win all the awards. It's just so unbelievable and can't get enough of it. And whenever that gets a little too intense and I want a hospital show still, I go to Scrubs, the reboot, happening on Wednesdays. And there's a new one out. I have not watched this week's yet. So I'm expecting more of the same, which has just been fun, lighthearted, a little heavy stuff here and there. and that old Scrubs humor that we know about. And it doesn't matter if you live in St. Louis like us or you don't, a lot of people are watching DTF St. Louis with Jason Bateman and David Harbour. And I didn't get her name last week. I'm going to get it now. I'm not going to mess around here. I always want to say Laura Linney, who's in Ozark with Jason Bateman, but it's not. It is Linda Cardellini, of course, joining Jason Bateman, David Harbour, Joy Sunday, Peter Sarsgaard, Richard Jenkins is in this, Wynn Everett, and I'm not going to say the rest because I feel like we're starting to get spoilers if I read too much of this cast. I just saw one where I'm like, wait a minute, what? So DTF St. Louis. This is a show that we're watching. Are you watching it? Let us know. And then please tell me you've heard of Neighbors on HBO Max. We have not brought it up on the show yet. This is an A24 series. Producers of Marty Supreme. It is an excellent show. The season finale, I believe, is tonight, Friday, March 20th. It started in February. It's called Neighbors. It's reality TV, taking pretty much it seems like to me the formula is taking two neighbors and they have a conflict, and the show is very good. It starts with the big picture conflict. It takes in both sides. It shows there's always a lot of footage. I'm so surprised by the amount of footage. But nowadays, this is the new way, right? Like everybody has Ring cameras and security cameras and phones. There's no shortage of footage. And there's another show called Neighborhood Watch, which is basically just America's Funniest Home Videos, but with Ring cams. It's a little bit of a tangent, but Neighborhood Watch, if you just want a funny show with Ring cams, that's good. Neighbors is a little more, produced. It's a lot more produced, and they get into the homes of these folks, and the stories never end where you think they're going to end. But I feel like they push the storytelling on these, being A24, that there's always some kind of a goal of resolve for these neighbors, and they push it to, is there a resolve? Is there not? Where does this land? And maybe who's really at fault here is a big question. If you have any neighbors that just drive you crazy, then this is going to be a show for you. And if not, it's just still entertaining as hell. And TV, there is just a lot of good TV right now. March is happening. A lot of stuff we've been counting down to is kicking off. And this is where, you're going to get some of the mostly superheroes coming in. Invincible season 4 back. All episodes dropped on Prime. I'm not going to lie. This is all I want to do. It's been really hard to work today. I just want to sit down and watch this show. I don't, I watched, I didn't even finish the first episode last night because I was watching it late. I'm excited, but I was also tired, and I was like, I'm going to stay up all night. No, I didn't stay up all night. So today, this weekend, it's binge time. Invincible. This is my favorite way to watch TV. No interruptions. The show is top tier, an excellent voice cast, just an amazing show, and it's just going strong. So Prime. It's on Prime. Invincible. If that wasn't enough bloody, gory superhero stuff for you, Daredevil Born Again drops, I believe, March 24th. Today's the 20th. I believe it's the 24th. We're going to confirm. Daredevil Born Again Season 2 release date, actually schedule. Yeah, I want to know the schedule. It's going to be episodes 1 and 2 on Disney Plus and Hulu, March 24th. Episode 3 will be March 31st, and it's weekly from then on out. 1 episode a week through May 5th. 8 episodes total. Daredevil Born Again, Season 2 is here, and it's going to be awesome. Fisk is mayor. Punisher is in it. We've heard Jessica Jones is coming back. We're going to probably get Luke Cage. We're probably going to get Iron Fist. And then, if that's not enough for you, we're going to get into movies now. And since we're on that Marvel vein, I'm going to jump ahead and just get to Spider-Man Brand New Day. We're in movies now. The trailer dropped. We talked about it. Danny Patron came back on, and Sam and Scott and Andy and I had a good old nerd episode. And we've got a clip out too on our social if you want a quick recap, but please go tune into the podcast, the YouTube episode. It was so fun. It was with an amazing trailer. This is Spider-Man. Tom Holland's back, and it's going to be epic. And a big part of Spider-Man, we know now for sure, is the Punisher. And Daredevil was already in Spider-Man No Way Home. Charlie Cox, Matt Murdock was Peter's lawyer. Maybe that's going to just come right back around. Obviously, no one knows who he is now, but it's going to be like Peter met Matt Murdock. Maybe now it's just going to be Spider-Man meets Daredevil. And who else? Because there's so many things in this trailer. Again, we've already talked about it. It's on the podcast, our breakdown. It's out there. Go get it. And the reason I wanted to just keep this Marvel train going is because in between Spider-Man and Daredevil season 2, there's also going to be a Punisher Marvel special presentation. Just pretty much an hour and a half. We'll see like Punisher movie that'll be Frank Castle's story, and it's going to be something that happens after Daredevil and before Spider-Man Brand New Day, where we also saw in Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer the Hand, the the Hand, who was in, if you're like us, deep in this Marvel universe, that's the big bad, really, of the Daredevil Netflix shows. And I feel like they're bringing this right back around. And yeah, and then Doomsday's on the table, of course. So, like, how does this Brand New Day movie end? Here, me and the Mostly crew talk about it. And a couple movies that are outside of it's up to you. I wouldn't say it. This one's kind of a superhero movie still in its own right, if you've seen them. Zootopia 2. It's out. It's out on Disney Plus. We've seen it. Carrie and I watched Zootopia for the first time this week, and then right into Zootopia 2. These are hilarious. They're really well done. They really push the storytelling and also the Easter eggs. Also, Jason Bateman back again, and an amazing Idris Elba's in here, and just an amazing voice cast. Great for adults, great for kids. Zootopia 2 is out on Disney Plus and Hulu. And if you're trying to get to the movie theaters, we got a couple for you. First up, new release, number 1, we'll say out of 2, is Ready or Not, another sequel. 2, Here I Come. Ready or Not, Here I Come. Ready or Not 2. We saw the first one. We just saw the second one early. Thank you to Ally Global Marketing and Alamo Drafthouse St. Louis, where we got to see this, me, Scotty, and Carrie, and our buddy Aaron. And I will get my review out of the way because it's going to be short, not so sweet. And then I want you to hear from Scotty Scoop, who gave us a great review. And my review, which is, again, short, not so sweet. If I was going to rate the first one, Ready or Not, the first movie, I would give that a 3.9. Really just a win. Like, I would say flawless, almost flawless. Obviously, I dinged it because there's a couple cheesy parts in there. And I was like, okay. But most of all, I mean, I liked the story. I like where it went. I like the pace. I like where it ended. This one, the pace was a little crazy. The plot got a little loose. It started off heavy and then got messy. And I feel like it still was fun, and you still kind of had, I don't know, kind of almost the same situation. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but I don't think they captured that same magic as the first one. I'd give that one a 3.2 out of 4.0 for Ready or Not 2. All right, there's my side, because I know Scotty liked this more than me, so I wanted to try to end on a positive note. So let's hear from Scotty Scoop right now. Ready or Not 2, Here I Come review. 7 years later, the follow-up to the original Ready or Not is here, and I was ready. Immediately following the events of the original, Grace, played by Samara Weaving, is taken to the hospital and questioned by police on the deaths of her entire new family. Unbeknownst to all, the death of that entire family has triggered a new game and opened a seat at the head of the shadowy, Satan-worshipping cabal that runs the world. That game, to finish the game, to finish the job and eliminate Grace. Again, this time joined by her estranged younger sister, Faith, played by Catherine Newton. The stakes are raised and a list of hunters has grown, with characters played by Sarah Michelle Gellar, Nestor Carbonell, Elijah Wood, Kevin Durant, Sean Hattasey, and more. Can the hunters succeed and secure their spot on the throne, Or can grace and faith survive another night? What a fun movie. Everything in this installment felt like it was turned up a notch from the first film. The quirky characters, the action, the death scenes, the comedy, the blood cannons, even the plot of the Shadow Cabal running the globe doesn't feel too far-fetched these days with all that's happening in the world. Lots of familiar faces in this one with Newton. You'll know from Ant-Man Quantumania and Supernatural joining the cast. Hadisi from The Pit, Geller from Buffy, Wood, Frodo Baggins, Mr. Frodo, as Scotty says, Carbonell and Duran, both from Lost. Everyone should instantly recognize. All said, if you were a fan of the original film, this one is absolutely for you, and in my opinion, better in every way. The addition of our protagonist having a partner to both protect and get help from adds a layer here. I don't recall the first film being quite as funny as this one. There were definitely a lot of laugh out loud moments, and definitely a good amount of gore, and blast of blood to the face. 3.4 out of 4.0. Will there be a third film? Thanks to Allied Global Marketing and the Alamo Drafthouse St. Louis for hosting this screening. Thank you, Scotty Scoop. I need your rating of the first one, because you rated the second one 3.4, but you said it was miles better than the first one and really good. So I want to hear what your first rating was, because our ratings actually weren't that different, even though I kind of dogged on it and you were raving about it. So what'd you think? Let us know at 754 call log. And congratulations to a winner this week with a new release. It's in theaters right now. Project Hail Mary drops in theaters today. It's out. You can get tickets, whether you're seeing it at Alamo or AMC or the High Point or Moolah or Marcus Theaters, B&B, wherever you are locally. Maybe you're out in LA and watching at the Chinese Theater. I don't think they really do new releases, right? But I'm just nerding out about movie theaters right now because Project Hail Mary is meant to be seen on the big screen. We saw it. I didn't read the book, so I had to be convinced. I've been convinced. Ryan Gosling in space. I'm not going to say anything else. If you don't know what's going on, or even if you do, and you're like, what's this movie going to be? Go see it. And we did get to give away some tickets to this. And we might have some more, because this is going to run for a few weeks. So actually keep an eye out. This is going to be in theaters for a while. And we will be at the Alamo Drafthouse St. Louis with our screen and social setup in between some of the Project Hail Mary screenings. So keep an eye out for us in the lobby of the Alamo here in town and go see Project Hail Mary. Let us know what you all think at 754 call log. And now it's time to hear from co-host Arena Andy.
Hey everybody, happy Friday. Thanks for tuning in to Mostly Superheroes Friday Live again. This week, in addition to watching the Spider-Man trailer about 85 times, I've watched Paradise on Hulu and Disney Plus and some of X-Men 2 during the Peloton rewatch. So haven't got to watch much this week, focusing more on the sports world, which we'll get to shortly. Also this week I saw Project Hail Mary in IMAX for the second time, and wow, it's definitely become one of my favorite movies of the year. I would go as far as saying that I would die for Rocky. Unbelievable how they basically just cut all the deep emotional moments of this movie throughout it with humor and banter between the characters. One of the best I've ever seen at that. Definitely go out and see this IMAX if you can. The experience was truly special. Shout out to Third Eye Movie Review for getting me an early access screening on Monday. I would recommend everybody sees this as soon as possible on the biggest screen possible. Let us know what you think. Also here to tell you, 273 more sleeps until Avengers Doomsday. Now it's some time for Arena Andy's Sports Corner here. Just a quick recap of the week. Last weekend we had some more gold for Team USA. Paralympics took the hockey gold medal versus Canada. Unfortunately, our USA baseball team was not as lucky in the World Baseball Classic, took the silver medal after losing in the finals to Venezuela. In the golf world, we got Cameron Young took the first big tournament of the year, conquering the Island Green, taking home the PGA Players Championship last weekend at TPC Sawgrass. If you're a golf fan, you can watch the Valspar Championship on NBC and ESPN Plus this weekend. But if you're like me, you're just in standby mode until the Masters starts. Looking forward to that in a couple weeks. Also, March Madness. Hopefully you have CBS, True TV, TNT, or TBS. You can catch games basically Thursday through Sunday for the next few weeks for March Madness. Exciting for our local teams. As I always say, you can't spell mostly without STL Mo. Our St. Louis Billikens took down the Georgia Bulldogs 102-77 last night. Now they have their sights set on the number 1 Michigan seed this Sunday morning on CBS. Looking forward to seeing how they can advance, maybe to get to the Sweet 16. Also, we have the Missouri Tigers, my alma mater, playing the Miami Hurricanes tonight on True TV. Hopefully we can get our first tournament win, what feels like in many years. So looking forward to that. Some basketball this weekend. Hopefully your brackets aren't totally effed like mine will likely be. Also, we got in the baseball world, we got Cardinal spring training going on as well. And next week we have the home opener finally. Thursday we kick off against the Tampa Bay Rays. So get some tickets to Busch Stadium. It's going to be a long season, baby. And for the St. Louis Blues, speaking of long seasons, I'm looking to end another losing streak here. They play the Vancouver Canucks on Saturday night. Currently, they stand 7 points out of the final wild card spot with 14 games to play, so it's always possible, but not looking good for our Blues there. And then in the soccer world, we got a home game this weekend for STL City SC against New England Revolution Saturday night. You can find that on Apple TV if you're not there at Energizer Park. If you are at Energizer Park, it's going to be 80s night. That sounds pretty fun. I feel the breakout game is coming. I think city refs will always be there to root us along, get us the win, boys. That's all I got this week. Next week, Arena Andy will be in person at the Battlehawks game at the Dome Saturday the 28th for the Nelly and St. Lunatics concert at halftime. See you there. Have a good weekend, everybody.
Thank you, Arena Andy. That is your sports corner and your update going into the weekend. And St. Louis City also has a Tackle the Struggle Mental Health Day in May coming up. Can't wait. We're trying to do some stuff with Team Jakey. Either way, nice to see a lot of representation and fun theme nights, not just at STL City SC, but the Battlehawks, Cardinals, and the Blues. Check out Andy's Sports Corner. We got Sports Corner. We got comic book corners, TV and film, prizes. What else are you looking for? Let's talk about what's coming up. All right, we got, let's see, what's still left on TV. TV that still come out. Jury Duty Season 2 is dropping on Prime today. Oh my gosh, today. And we had said The Bachelorette was coming out, but I believe I heard that just got canceled. Let's spot check ourselves there, but I'm pretty sure that just got The Bachelorette backed out, I think. And March 24th is Daredevil Born Again. We're so excited for that. And kind of getting into movies and just looking at the calendar, the big calendar, screen and social calendar. The next big new release is The Mandalorian and Grogu. We have our screen and social. You can see this movie with us Saturday, May 30th. See any of the movies that day, The Mandalorian and Grogu. And if you want to hear us talk about Star Wars, we just had Danny Patron back on, our resident Star Wars specialist who kept us honest and talked about things like the new Darth Maul show, the Starfighter movie with Ryan Gosling, another space movie with him, Star Wars now, and of course, Mandalorian and Grogu. We also hit on Andor a little bit. Shout out Jamie Jirach. And we talked a little bit about the Star Wars universe because it had been too long. Along with that, we're doing Masters of the Universe, Supergirl, Avengers Endgame re-release, Spider-Man Brand New Day is going to be awesome at the end of July. And Avengers Doomsday, we're counting down to it. Andy gave you a number of sleeps until the movie. If that doesn't show you that we're talking about this movie almost every single day, we're really excited. It's one of those big hype Marvel years, and we got a lot going on. That's Friday Live. We try to keep it tight for you here. I'm filling a lot. Hopefully you got informed. Maybe you learned a little something. And if anything, you just got to hang out with us a little bit on your lunch break or your day off. And we're headed into a weekend, and we're really excited to do it. And the show's just going well. Multiple podcasts rolling out each week. We just had Jules DeBeau, a filmmaker, aspiring filmmaker podcast release. Sam the Dungeon Master, Sam the DM. If you like Dungeons and Dragons, that episode is out right now. If you like movies, we got the Alamo one out, and we talked Star Wars and Spider-Man Brand New Day and Marvel. That episode just dropped yesterday. Like a lot of podcasts and a lot of different things depending on your interest. And we appreciate your support. If you want ad-free episodes, get those for as little as $1 a month. And we have our Mostly membership for as little as $5 a month. Get you to be a Screen and Social insider with limited access, exclusive access, I should say, to contests and drawings and movie screenings, and our Screen and Social movie club, which is just growing and becoming more of a thing that you can be a part of. And all of it supports our independent podcast and community here. So mostlysuperheroes.com/support is where you want to be, but it's always free and accessible out there on YouTube, Spotify, and your podcast app. Just search Mostly Superheroes Podcast and tell a friend, tell a family member, tell somebody that you know that is into the type of stuff that we're always getting into each week. And we're trying to feature more fans. If you want to get a voicemail featured, call 754-CALL-LOG or text it. Send us an email, write us in at the website, or check out our socials at Mostly Superheroes. For Marina, Andy, Scotty Scoop, Sam the Sleeper, Carrie the Creator, Danny Patron, and all the crew that's been on lately, I'm Logan Janis, and this is Mostly Superheroes. We'll see you next time. Take it easy.